And hopefully now this is streaming if you're able to click on it. And hopefully it's working.
All right. I have it pulled up, but it still says there's 24 minutes until it starts, so I'm gonna refresh.
Okay. There's probably a delay, so it's probably taking like a minute here.
Okay, I see it now. Also, whatever you do, don't look at the link of the live stream.
Okay. Why?
There's an OO in it.
Oh, whoa. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're able to put the link in on Discord.
Yeah, I will do that.
Let me give you I'm gonna give you mod real quick. So you can post it in announcements. Hang on. How do I give you a role? Okay, you're Epic Staff guy. You can post in announcements now.
Oh, I have access to new channels now.
Whoa.
Okay. Who do you want me to mention, if anyone?
There should be one for live streams, like streaming something, maybe.
Streamer role, but that seems like
Yeah, that sounds right.
streamer role pin epic cool.
That's the one. Yeah.
I will do that.
All right. We'll officially start the stream here in a few moments. Just while we're getting ready. Look at all these great characters, all of these iconic faces.
Exactly.
I can't wait.
All right. One moment. I'm going to go to Cade server.
Oh, of course.
YouTube.
You can just link it in any server that you're in. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I put it in Vast Forecast off topic as well.
Nice. Oh boy.
Cool.
Oh, Camera the Dragon's in the chat.
Camera is in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, today we're we are power ranking every single DecadeDecaf character that's on this list with DecadeDecaf.
Exactly.
So, are there any that like speak out to you, like that one we have to start with?
Well, first off, I want to make it clear that we need to set a rule, because the vacuity black hole, also known as U, is probably the least the least in-depth, no pun intended, character on this list. There's the least amount of content and the least amount of source material for the vacuity black hole, so I feel like it's very easy to put this character somewhere, because the only thing we have to go by is that they created and destroyed an entire universe through trial and error. Whether we think that is high or lower than the rest of the characters, I think is a good starting point, because we can decide with the rest of the characters, is what they do more powerful than creating and destroying an entire universe, or less powerful than that?
Okay.
In my tier list,
so we put the black hole in the middle. Black hole goes in the middle. For
in my tier list initially, I put the black hole in S.
Okay.
Because I felt like none of the characters, B is fair, I felt like none of the characters were more powerful enough than something that could create and destroy an entire universe, except for Green Crayon.
Of course.
Like, Green Crayon's just top of the... Green Crayon's just, we can go ahead and put him at the top.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
I don't think anyone... I don't think anyone on this list can beat Green Crayon.
Yeah. That'd be impressive.
This is a power ranking.
Yeah, this is... We're going in depth with this.
For how powerful the character. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Green Crayon, definitely strongest by far. I'm going to say Pink Pencil, probably bottom. I don't think anyone's weaker.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that. I do think that the family members from A Heightened Plight are down there as well.
Which, hang on.
I think a lot of people agree on that.
The one with, like, the afro, is that the one that you're playing as?
You play as Dawn, which is the brown-haired, mustached man.
Okay, he's higher tier than the rest of them because he can canonically throw them all out of the hot air balloon.
He can do that, and also he does not need food and water. It is also important to note that the dog does not need food or water either.
Okay, so dog...
So the dog, I feel, would be higher than the family members, but whether the dog is higher than Dawn is another question.
Dawn can throw the dog out of the air balloon too, so I think he's still
stronger. That
is
true.
Yeah. Since he's stronger than the whole family, he doesn't need food or water to live. I'm gonna say Dawn's an S tier, just right out the gate.
That's fair, yeah. I put him A on my initial tier list, but I think S is very fair.
That might go down, but that's a good starting point for sure.
Yeah.
The rest of the family, are we thinking D tier? Or like for these three at least?
I think the rest of the besides the dog, I think the rest of the family is D tier. If they need food or water, they can't walk 5 feet to get it.
Okay, I'm gonna say Baby is the weakest of them. I'm gonna say
I would sort by age. Definitely sort by age. So Nora's the highest out of them, and then that's not a Baby. Just saying.
That's not. I thought that was a pacifier.
That's supposed to be Lips. Ass catnip overdose.
Okay.
The one you put on the right is supposed to be Nora, the mom.
Okay. I have adjusted.
Dawn deserves less, says Henry.
I mean, if the viewers can justify it, that's the important thing. He's definitely
still weaker than family.
Dawn is not stronger than Green Crayon, though, and that's the important thing. He does not stand a chance against Green Crayon.
He is a punk.
Okay, so are the dog. He's at least C tier, but does not needing food and water put him in B.
He does not need anything to live, except he can still die to falling from a hot air balloon. That's the only thing we know about the dog being able to die. He can die, so he's not immortal.
He takes fall damage, but that's about it.
He does take fall damage. That's the only known death that the dog has.
I think that's B tier. At least maybe even A later. A. I think A. At least for now.
Okay. Yeah, we'll put him A.
Cause you can only beat the dog if you're in a hot air balloon.
Yes. I do think that if we consider a matchup between a black hole and Dawn, I do think that Dawn would straight up be consumed by the black hole.
Well, let's think about this.
Okay.
Dawn doesn't need food and water. So we can assume that he is maybe a little godlike. I don't know.
All right.
Like, I don't know. I feel like
that same argument could be made for the dog.
But the dog takes fall damage. Dawn has no known weakness. Is the thing. We don't know. Like,
that is true.
We don't know the ceiling on his power level.
You can't die as Dawn. Dawn does weigh down the balloon. He does have a weight.
Okay, so he's a big boy. But I don't think
Dawn does have. Yes, Dawn has mass.
But nothing can kill him that we know of. Could a black hole kill him?
That's true.
It can destroy the entire universe, but can it destroy Dawn? That's tough.
All right, I think we can finish off the outside the lines characters by deciding where to put Blue Ballpoint.
Okay. Definitely.
I definitely think Blue I definitely think blue ballpoint is higher than pink pencil. For sure.
Nowhere near green
but
crayon.
I don't think he's. Yeah, I don't think he's close enough to green crayon to warrant like a B or an A.
Yeah. C sounds good.
So maybe top of, C or top of D, one of the two.
Does chat have anything to say about any of this that's happening?
Oh, are you seeing chat?
No, I'm not checking in because it'll come up on capture. So I'm trying to just stay in the window.
Ice allows us to Ice reminds us that high tier characters can still struggle against specific matchups against low tiers.
That's
a good
fair.
thing to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Blue ballpoint is weak in a fight but has power corporate allies. Oh, that's funny.
All right.
Is blue ballpoint in contact with the CIA?
Is he? I don't know. Is that canon? Did you put that in?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, CIA or Vast Forecast? Which one are we moving on to? Or the Scratch guys?
I think we can take out. Yeah, let's take out the oddballs before moving on to Vast Forecast and CIA.
Okay.
So how about Dark Lord?
Okay, this is actually one I'm not very familiar with at all. So I'll leave this one sort of to you.
So Dark Lord is the enemy of a game called Boss Battle of the Dark Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You play as a interpretation of the Scratch Cat from Scratch.
Of course.
Boss Battle of the Dark Lord is immune to all attacks until he attacks 4 times.
Okay.
So Boss Battle of the Dark Lord gets 4 attacks, and then you can hit him. And he can do a total of 8 attacks before he is allowed to die.
Wow.
So, I think... And also, if you do a Control F on the Scratch project and search for the word hard, there are hundreds of comments that include the word hard.
Okay, so he's a top seed for sure.
He's up there. Yeah, I don't know if he's more powerful than a dog because the dog has only 1 known death while this guy has multiple known deaths. And there are multiple children who have killed this man by playing the Scratch project.
That is true.
I think bottom of A is very fair for now.
Okay. Yeah, we'll come back and like at the end sort of evaluate the squares from your Scratch games.
So the squares, originally named Squarebow, when the main character was Rainbow. But the Rainbow character, I'm just giving some lore real quick.
Of course.
The Rainbow character was then repurposed to Mama, which is the mom character. While the red and blue characters named Red and Blue are the main protagonists. There's also Green, but Green only shows up in the baseball party games.
Okay.
So these characters are sort of as powerful as their source material. They're sort of like Mario and Luigi, you know?
Yeah.
Like, not really powerful on a surface level, but powerful in the feats that they've done. So the most powerful thing I think Red and Blue have done, besides like, you know, playing baseball, because that's there. Squarebow, who is canonically red, has gone through an immune system without dying. Or not an immune system, sorry, like a digestive system without dying.
Ooh.
So Red has done that, and Blue is pretty much the same person as Red.
Okay.
And in their main game, Rainbow Festival 2, they defeated the enemy known as Monster. That's literally their name, Monster, who is a big blue monster.
Okay.
So they can do some pretty wild things, but they also don't have limbs.
I think how we figure this out is how strong is the final boss of their game. How strong is he compared to the boss from the other game, the other Scratch game?
That's a genuinely good question.
Which is the harder
boss battle of
boss?
the Dark Lord. Yeah, I think that the Dark Lord is a harder boss than the final boss of Rainbow Festival 2. They're closer than you might think, but Dark Lord is definitely harder.
Okay. So probably we're not putting them above Dark Lord. Because we don't know.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have swords, and you need a sword to kill the Dark Lord.
Huh. That's interesting. But this also comes back to what Ice That's Cool said in the live chat. High tier characters can still struggle against specific matchups against low tiers.
Yeah.
So this is tough.
Yeah. I think that their ability to work without having limbs is valuable, but not valuable enough to put them on the same level as some of these other characters.
Yeah.
I would say like middle of the road B or bottom of A.
Okay.
I don't think you can put them higher than Dark Lord.
All right. We'll say B for now. We'll move the black hole later. That's
okay.
just a placeholder. So we still have Molly, Astro Penguin 642 and the Transfusion guys.
Yeah. So I think we should start with the Transfusion Animals.
Okay.
The Transfusion Animals I don't think are very powerful, but the catch here, I think their strongest suit is that there are 3 of them, and they can combine.
That's true.
They can combine into 2. However, they can't all 3 combine into 1.
So one is going to be a liability, no matter what.
I think one of them alone is a hard D tier. But since there are 3 of them, I would consider that C.
Above or probably I think lower than Blue Pen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Transfusion characters are the Comet Cat neighbors of this tier list.
They're just strong because there's 3 of them. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Astro Penguin 642. This is where it gets interesting.
I think Astro Penguin 642 is okay. One thing to make clear: Astro Penguin 642 is not me. We are talking about the Astro Penguin 642 from Pen Gunner.
Yeah, of course.
So it's not that we're not talking about me. Astro Penguin 642 is the most, at least from what I've seen, the most durable character on this tier list. Because even Dawn needs a parachute to jump off of the hot air balloon.
Ooh, yeah.
He physically cannot jump off of the hot air balloon without a parachute. But Astro Penguin has been hit by a rocket that is fast enough to reach orbit, and he has not died and just not gotten injured or anything.
Yeah.
And if we're going to break the source material a little bit, which I don't think we should, I think we should only talk about Pen Gunner. But if we are, that happens at the beginning of every single Astro Penguin video.
I think
so he's gotten hit by that a lot.
I think you have to take that into consideration. That's part of the lore is the Astro Penguin 642 video intro.
Yeah.
And he does have a good theme song. Henry says bottom of D.
Oh,
I agree.
I do want to mention there is absolutely no proof of. Okay, I think we slacked a little bit on the red and blue characters because you cannot die in Rainbow Festival unless a few circumstances happen.
That is true.
You do not die to a battle axe. You do not die to a battle axe. You do not die to being stomped on by a gigantic bug. You do not die to lasers from an alien. There are just so many more examples of things that would normally kill a human being, but do not kill red and blue.
So they've got to be higher than the dog.
I don't think... Maybe, yeah. I think what you do...
Uh-huh.
I think what you do is, just because of the number of times that the Dark Lord has been able to be killed by children, I think you put this red and blue at the top of A. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. We almost severely misjudged this entire tier list.
Yeah, we could have just slept on red and blue. Okay.
That was a good save.
So Astro Penguin, when you compare the ability to get hit by a rocket to the ability to not need food or water, is durability more important than, not needing bare essential?
Is Astro Penguin 642 proven to need food and water, though?
Think
about that.
many characters on this tier list have never been seen eating, have never been seen drinking, but in my headcanon, and I hope the canon of the rest of the Pen Gunner franchise, Astro Penguin does need food. And if I remember correctly, let me pull something up. He has a fridge.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
that's proof then. Okay.
Yeah, if Astro Penguin has a fridge, hold on, I'm gonna actually pull this up. Development, Pen Gunner, story mode. Yep, you can see him eating in page 3 of the story mode of Pen Gunner.
How did you have it that fast? I will read it word for word. How did you have it that fast?
Because it's in my pictures folder.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I will read word for word the story of Pen Gunner.
Okay.
Dang, I'm out of food. I guess I'll have to go get some more. And then that was page 2. And then page 3 is, that's some gulp good food right there. Okay. So, actual proof that the Pen Gunner Penguin has eaten before.
Yeah, okay. Well, he does need food, but I think he's still stronger than the dog because the dog can die from fall damage.
While Astro Penguin can't.
Yes.
Yes. So I think Astro Penguin... I think he can do more. He's been able to take more force than Red and Blue have, so I think top of A or bottom of S would be fair.
Henry says, Astro Penguin can survive in space with only a helmet for extended periods of time, implying immunity to intense shifts in temperature and pressure.
That's true.
I think he's got to be, like, bottom of S for now.
Yeah.
I might even... We could make the argument that he's stronger than Dawn.
I think you can, yeah. I think he is stronger than Dawn, all things considered, everything that we've said so far.
Yeah.
Because the reason we put him above the dog is because his durability is more, crucial to survival than not needing food or water. And the reason we put him above Red and Blue is because he has more durability than those two. So since we don't have proof that Dawn has the same durability because he needs a parachute to jump off of a hot air balloon.
True.
But he does have the same ability as Dog. The only thing that puts Dawn above Dog is the fact that Dawn can throw Dog out of the hot air balloon. So I think Dawn might be just one tier, or not one tier, but one position above Dog.
I was about to say, I think the squares are stronger than he is. I think we move squares up to S.
Yeah, I think we swap Dawn and squares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. We're not even halfway through. All right. Molly is next. Bottom tier.
Molly. So... only to Pink Pencil. I'm okay. I am okay with Molly being low.
Yeah.
But I do want to point out that Molly's dying off of a skateboard is only due to the fact that she screwed up. Like, obviously, she can just be pushed off, or she can be shot with a gun or whatever. But usually, Molly is a good skateboarder and would not fall off of her own volition. I think that the fact that she can die to the floor is enough to put her C or D.
Yeah, she can't even stand on anything but I would say. Do we do top of D or bottom of C? I mean, it's the same.
I think top of D is a good place for now.
Okay. I'm sorry,
because
Molly.
a lot of people seem to be pushing the die to the floor thing.
Henry says she
point.
dies from the shame, not the floor.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh.
Bottom of C because she can move, unlike the Height and Flight family.
That is a fair
That's a good point. I do think she's definitely higher than the Height and Flight family, but whether that's a whole tier is another question.
You know what? Duffley's point, though, does Pink Pencil go above the Height and Flight family? Because it can technically do more.
Yeah, the Height and Flight family can't move. The only reason we put Pink Pencil at the bottom of D is because of how overshadowed she is by Green Crayon. So I think the Height and Flight family might just be weaker.
I can't believe Pink Pencil is not the worst.
Pink Pencil's not the weakest DecadeDecaf character?
And I think just to emphasize that
Pink Pencil fight, yeah.
Just to emphasize that Pink Pencil is bad, though, I would move Molly up to bottom of C. Yeah, because I feel like there is enough of a gap between the two.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what are we doing now? Whoa, Pink Pencil not the worst?
I think... Okay, who are we missing besides CIA and VATS forecasting?
That's it.
Okay, I think we do CIA first because VATS forecast has the weird mini boss parallel.
Yeah. Okay. So
for CIA we start with Lillian G.
Okay.
I think that Lillian G are equal to each other, with Lily being maybe a little higher.
I would put Lily higher because she's more observant to her surroundings and is a little bit brighter.
Right. That's fair. I definitely think that they obviously have, an equal positions of power, but I do think that Lily is stronger just in general.
She's taller too.
She can
push
a lot
him
of
over.
Aspects, yeah. Overall, Henry says G is a dumb twink. Jesus.
There's a lot of heated debate going on in chat right now.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to decide though where
G needs a little. I think G needs a little bit of credit because there are a lot of instances where, G does something before Lily does. Legacy is non-canon, but in page 2 of the Legacy, G is the first one to notice the gingerbread man.
True.
But
you know what?
But then again, in Legacy also has page 5, which is horrible.
Legacy also has Lilipop choking to death on smoke. Do we take that into consideration?
I think we should remove any arguments that consider Legacy, honestly.
Okay, only the canon
I don't think
run.
Legacy... Yeah, I think Modern Run is the only thing that we can include as canon.
That is fair.
If we do a deep analysis of each page that includes Lillian G, we have first... You have G questioning the fact that he doesn't know why they're doing that. So that's a sign of at least self-awareness, but also not really paying attention, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then while doing that, he also misses to the trap that he almost stepped in, so Lily has to help him there. So yeah, Lily is definitely more powerful than G, but I don't think G is like way weaker.
No, it's like just barely passes G.
I think they could be put side by side.
Yeah, no,
I don't think
agree.
anyone would be in between them.
For sure. Yeah. Okay.
So I think, considering all the things we've said about the characters in S and A, since we don't have any like crazy like universe-defying rules with Lily and G, I think they can safely sit in B right now.
I think so too. They don't. Yeah, that's a good middle ground. I think that's where a lot of CIA will probably go. Okay. Right. You know what? I'm gonna make an argument for Mickey though. I think he's stronger than both of them.
All right.
He can carry Scissors bigger than he is.
That is actually a good point. I'm gonna scroll through.
Has incredible strength. So
Mickey's lugging Scissors like an ant, I gotta admit.
Yeah. I think he's for sure above Lily.
Yeah. That is honestly a good point. Those are some massive scissors. I think that's top of B or bottom of A.
We can also argue Mickey has a melee weapon too with those big scissors.
Oh, the scissors are owned by the CIA though.
Okay.
I don't think the scissors are strictly Mickey's.
Gotcha.
He just has them in that situation. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take off the black hole for now because I think we'll come back to that.
Yeah, put the black hole back in the list.
Yeah. Is Mickey bottom of A? Oh boy.
I think Mickey's top of B because I don't think that like the scissors lugging is enough to put him on the same level as
all right. That is
Dark Lord.
That is fair. All right. Bartholomew.
Mickey is also prone to running with scissors and might injure himself.
That is true. That's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. Bartholomew is the leader of their task force, but does that make him stronger or not?
I think because he's the leader, I feel like we don't know the full story. Like all of the others are beneath him, and I feel like there is a reason for that, whether we know it or not.
Okay.
I don't think we could put anyone in CIA above Bartholomew.
He is aging, but I do think that he would be more powerful. I think that both Lily and G individually would beat Bartholomew in a fight, potentially, but it wouldn't be easy. It would be close. Just because of sheer youth.
So do we put him lower?
But I think that Bartholomew in his heyday was stronger than both Lily and G.
I think if we're talking in his heyday, then we gotta put him below G. Because we're looking at the modern Bartholomew. Because he was no longer. Yeah.
Okay.
We're looking at the present day.
I have yesterday when we first started up this tier list, I was given a pretty good argument for CIA characters in general. And this also goes for Vast Forecast characters, but more so CIA.
Okay.
They have weapons. They are CIA agents or, other members in the CIA. So they have weapons.
Do we see any of those weapons though in CIA? I'm trying to remember.
In CIA, we don't, but it is, at least I'll confirm, that the CIA in Confection Intelligence Agency is pretty much the same CIA as the one in real life.
So does G have a gun?
Hang on just a second. G is trained to use a gun, but on most missions and circumstances, he does not bring one. G with a gun.
Okay, sorry.
Are CIA people sized like candy in comparison to the human characters? No, I would believe that CIA characters were the same size as human characters, albeit circular characters like Russell and G are as short as they appear.
Okay, so Bartholomew, we're putting below?
I think Bartholomew is below G for now.
Okay. Alright, Freya. Freyja?
Freya, yeah.
Freya, okay.
So, about Freya, we have never seen her lower half.
True. It could be just a giant sword.
So this adds a lot of questions. It could be a straight up gun. It could be a normal, Swedish fish legs, or fins.
It could be a tank.
She could just be a tank. We don't know. I think the safest bet is that she's just a normal Swedish fish.
Okay, so bottom.
But we still don't know.
You know what? I would actually put her
fishnets and thigh highs.
I might actually put her below Pink Pencil then.
Oh.
Because the lack of mobility.
That's fair. She has been seen, in different places. So whether that's through the help of somebody else, she can move.
Yeah.
While the hide and plight characters can't. And Pink Pencil's entire deal is mobility. Pink Pencil, her character is that she gets more speed.
I can't believe there's another character
She's
worse than Pink Pencil.
Yeah, I think it's just the unknown is what's lowering Freya. I think Freya could be more powerful if we knew more about her.
I think in season 2 we're gonna see the tank, and that's gonna bring her up to
We're gonna see the tank.
That's gonna move her up to S. But for now, yeah, it's gotta be a low tier.
Alright. So Russell and Garrett.
Yes, Russell and Garrett. Garrett's D tier.
Garrett might be down there.
I think so.
I don't think Garrett
beneath Russell for sure.
Yeah. I don't think it's all the way. I think Russell can run. We've seen Russell running.
True.
So he may be higher or on the same level as Pink Pencil, or but we still have Molly at the bottom of C. So we should also compare Russell to the C characters as well.
True. He can stand on ground, so he's above Molly.
Russell, please. But yeah, I do think that I think that Russell, or not Russell, but I think that Garrett is somewhere close to Blue Ballpoint. Maybe higher, maybe lower than Blue Ballpoint, but
I think I might put him just below the transfusion guys.
Okay.
Because I feel like, he's just a lackey. He'd get overwhelmed by those guys,
He'd get outnumbered.
Yeah. Russell, on the other hand, he reads Comic Cat.
Russell, I think...
He canonically reads Comic Cat, so he has a high IQ.
I think that Russell is strong and smart.
I think so.
But trained CIA agents, is he up there with them?
The question is, do the CIA agents read Comic Cat? I think that's the deciding factor.
They might, but we don't know. That's what killed Freya, man. Is that we don't know everything about her.
All right, well he's S tier then.
I like I like confirming more about characters like Molly than characters from CIA, because CIA is actually like a story-based thing that I'm continuing. So I can confirm stuff about Molly, really easily, but I want to be wary about confirming stuff about CIA because I might, change that. So that's sort of why I'm
yeah, that's tougher to do.
Super quick to, yeah.
I think right now we just say like he's above Bartholomew but not better than G.
All right. Yeah.
I feel like that's
fair.
a good
mm-hmm.
a good point. All right, so we have the Cupcake Kid and the ice cream truck guy. Ice cream truck guy, bottom tier.
He is canonically in jail, so he also cannot move.
You know what? When you put it like that,
yeah.
I think below we gotta put him below Freya. He got caught by CIA.
Yeah.
Wow, Pink Pencil's better than 5
He was arrested
characters.
and thrown in jail, so I think that's below Freya. He can still eat on his own, so I think he's still higher than the Heightened Flight family.
They have to be fed.
Yeah.
All right, the Cupcake Kid.
And then Cupcake Kid, I think Cupcake Kid's higher because he's free.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's that much higher because of how young he is.
I'd still put him below Freya, honestly. I think she'd be stronger.
Yeah,
than him.
I think that's fair. Just above the Ice Cream Man.
Yeah, he could have beat the Ice Cream Man if he wanted to.
Right. If the Ice Cream Man would have captured Cupcake Kid, the Cupcake Kid would have just beat him up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a vast forecast.
All right.
This gets tough.
I think we start with the characters before the mini bosses.
For sure, yeah.
And I do want to set a ground rule here.
Okay.
I'm not. I want opinions on this ground rule. Are we going with starter weapon or every vast forecast weapon?
I think that character's weapon. Like
that character's starter weapon,
yeah,
rather than all vast forecast weapons.
I think so, because that's what they choose. That is their like go-to weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So is that in the pictures? Is that their like starter?
Well,
or
wait, what?
Like and on the icons on here, are these the weapons that they have as their starters or no?
Well, sorta. So Rob has that pistol. Angler has sort of two things. He's got a bait caster, so that's like a shotgun that shoots bait, and a fishing rod.
Okay.
Wyatt has a blaster, which is probably the most powerful vast forecast starter weapon. But also the ability to send out rockets.
Right, he has the Lucas thing, the PK
that he
Thunder.
can mind control or hit himself with to become invincible for a little bit.
Right.
And then Trent can turn invisible, of course, but he also has a crowbar. And Alexandra can roll to dodge bullets and has a tranquilizer dart.
All right, so the zebra is an S tier.
I think these characters are a lot closer than a bunch of other people put them on the tier list.
Yeah.
Considering that they are all friends, and like, I do think that some of these characters are higher than other characters, but I don't think that like one of them's S and one of them's D, because that's just kind of crazy.
Like within 2, maybe 3 tiers of each other, but no more than that.
Yeah, within 2 or 3 tiers these characters should be. And I think that they'd be close to the CIA characters, but maybe a little bit higher because they just have more options.
I think Trent is lower than the CIA crew because he only has a crowbar.
only has a. I think that a tranquilizer dart would definitely be less lethal than a crowbar.
Who had the tranquilizer?
Alexander.
Oh, but I like the zebra.
But I like the zebra. I think that all these characters are like low A, mid B, potentially high C.
Yeah.
Angler can eat people. That is true.
I think
Angler has canonically eaten every single enemy in Vast Forecast, including 4 of the enemies on this tier list.
Wow. Okay.
Except Fright Watch.
I think Angler and Wyatt realistically are probably the 2 strongest of the 5.
Yeah. Angler and Wyatt definitely. And I think Rob is in the middle because Rob has one of the more realistically powerful weapons, but he probably doesn't know how to use it as well as the other characters.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Angler and Wyatt, where do we strong? I would put them above CIA. Are they better than?
Yeah, I think you can safely put both Angler and Wyatt at least bottom of A.
Yeah, we'll put them there for now. I'm reconsidering how high Dawn and the dog are, but we'll come back to that.
Right.
I'm thinking now.
We were a little stuck on not needing to eat.
Yeah. Ice, that's cool. It says Wyatt is S tier. Invite me to call. Let's not do that.
Is Trent's crowbar able to damage the Dark Lord? Actually, probably.
So
I think he'd be a hard counter.
We said the dog could die to fall damage. Could the Dark Lord... I feel like the Dark Lord would be able to beat the dog easily.
Yeah, probably.
But could he...
I think we can move... I think we can move both Dawn and the dog to below Angler and Wyatt, but still A tier.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Angler or Wyatt, who do you think is stronger, though?
I think it's Wyatt.
I think so, too, because he has rockets.
Wyatt has more options. He has the ability to control his own rockets. He can make himself invincible, more or less. I think for Angler to eat somebody, he would need to have either already killed them or have a very good opportunity.
Okay.
The dog dying to fall damage implies he can also be killed by being crushed, since it's the same thing. Yeah.
I would concur. Rob, do you want to put like after the dog or after, or before the dog or before Dawn?
I think Rob has a similar weapon to the CIA characters, but is less trained. So I think Rob would be below G or below Bartholomew.
I'm gonna say bottom of B for now.
Okay.
That seems reasonable.
And then since Alexander and Trent both have really not powerful weapons, but their supernatural abilities to not get hit by a bullet and to turn invisible, would be enough to at least keep them as high as Rob or maybe top of C. Trent's ability to turn invisible would be a really strong advantage. Yeah.
I like the zebra though. I'm gonna put the zebra higher than Trent.
Oh my god! All right.
Everyone, Henry says, I think Trent's ability would give a strong advantage, but I like the zebra.
The zebra is one of my favorite characters too,
and zebra has more range.
I don't think that
more range.
Yeah,
Camera's on my side. Range is important. Crowbar can't get far. Thank you, Camera the Dragon.
Candy is very susceptible to being bashed with a crowbar.
You know what? we didn't take that into consideration, how Rob's gun would be against Candy.
Right. I think that Candy would die to gun.
I think so.
Yeah.
So we want to put Rob above all the CIA?
Well, I think the CIA characters also have guns.
But do they shoot candy? Is the thing.
They shoot candy.
They shoot candy corn.
I don't think that's the case.
Okay, so the guns do equal amount of damage to each other. That's all right. That went nowhere.
Yeah.
Actually, Ice That's Cool said something interesting in the chat.
Going off the logic of Astro Penguin being S tier for surviving a rocket, Wyatt constantly launches explosive rockets into himself, putting him at least on par with Astro. I agree with that. I think that is an insanely valid point.
But he still can take damage to slimes, which I think keeps him out of S tier.
He can take damage to slimes. They're his own. So maybe he has designed the rockets or himself specifically to not take damage to those rockets and maybe not all rockets.
Yeah, but that he can still take damage from everything else.
He can still get hurt to, for instance, he can still get hurt to a pyrodin bomb.
Okay, so yeah. Astro Penguin 642's rocket would destroy him.
Probably.
Okay.
He also just has more HP than Angler. I do think that you could maybe make an argument to put him bottom of S, but I don't think he's close enough to Astro Penguin.
Do you think... Is he stronger than Dark Lord?
I'm thinking about that.
Okay.
I think that Wyatt would beat Dark Lord. Yeah.
You think would Angler beat Dark Lord?
That's a similar question. But when I think about Wyatt beating Dark Lord, I think about Wyatt beating Dark Lord. But when I think about Angler beating Dark Lord, I think about a video game of Angler, like fighting Dark Lord in the same vein as the Scratch Cat. So I think that what you just did is very fair, putting Wyatt above Dark Lord but not Angler.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine, like, their canon abilities, like Angler beating Dark Lord, but Wyatt is, like, easier to picture. Which brings us back to this last
and
two.
Wyatt has a dual, like, Mega Blaster mixed with a minigun, which we didn't even talk about, so...
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. That shoot beams of energy. The squares basically have no offensive abilities. The squares' offensive abilities are more often than not touching the enemy.
They're just toxic.
To beat the bug enemy in Rainbow Festival, all they do is touch the back of the bug enemy. To beat the alien, they just touch the alien. To beat the rock enemy, they push a rock onto the rock. So, like, I vote Trent above Mickey. I think that's a good place to put Trent.
Mickey has a gun, though. Trent doesn't.
I think that the backstab ability of being able to turn invisible and then just whack someone with a crowbar is potentially more powerful than a gun.
I would say that Lily is smarter than that, though, because she is known to be observant, as we see on the first page of CIA. I think she would notice Trent. I think she'd figure it out. So that's hard. It's hard to place. And do we want to put Trent that much higher than Rob too?
I think that Trent is more powerful than Rob.
Okay.
Rob's advantage. I didn't say this earlier, but I think Rob's disadvantage is that he doesn't have the supernatural ability that Trent has. Like, yeah, he has a gun, but he doesn't really know how to use it, and he can't turn invisible or do much else that would help him in a fight.
Duffley says, since the dog and dad are confirmed to take fall damage / be crushed, would Trent have enough force to crush their skulls? That's important to consider.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dog can't move. That's true. That might be a crucial factor to put dog way lower.
Dog can't move. All right, he's below Molly.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
The only thing he has going for him is that he doesn't need food or water. But he can't move. That might be below Molly.
Wow. All right.
That was an important factor we just didn't even think about.
We just didn't even think about it. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Are we saying Trent could defeat Dawn because he has a crowbar?
Does Pink Pencil need food or water? I think so. In universe, probably.
They need like ink,
or at least
or
other
lead.
Essentials. Yeah. Yeah.
Or crayon like juice. I don't know.
Needs to be sharpened every now and then.
Yeah.
What's Don gonna do though? Punch him? Yeah, Don's only got the durability. He doesn't have the offensive capability.
I feel like though,
do.
Because he has that durability, there's more to him that we don't know.
Right.
I feel like
I think here's the game plan.
Okay.
You put Rob up twice, so below G. You put Trent either above Mickey or below Mickey, depending on what you think.
I want to say below Lily.
And then you put. Okay, so yeah, Rob up there. I don't know if Trent could be in between Lily and G, but I think you could make the argument. So maybe Trent in between Lily and G, or below or above Lily, or below or above the two, either one.
Mm-hmm. I would put him. I could consider putting him above Lily, but I could not argue that he's stronger than Mickey.
All right.
Mickey has big scissors.
He has big scissors. So what we're saying here is that the ability to hold something potentially 4 or 5 times your weight is more powerful than the ability to turn invisible. However, turning invisible would A, reveal your location of where you turn invisible, so it would put your clothes there.
Mm-hmm.
And B, you would still make noise.
And I think Mickey...
Those are the only two.
Mickey's shown to be very strong. I feel like he could just yank the crowbar out of his hands.
Okay. We should consider though, Mickey isn't he isn't one finger holding those scissors. He's lugging the scissors. So even though he is insanely strong, that is sort of his cap.
The crowbar is much smaller than the scissors, though, I feel.
Yes. Yeah.
I think he could yank that out of his hands, no problem.
Can Mickey use the scissors, though? He has the strength, but does he have the experience to use them? I think that the fact that he has to lug the scissors would mean that he wouldn't have just the strength to use them quite as efficiently as normal scissors.
He holds them up like above his head though, doesn't he? Like that takes a lot.
He's strength. Like lugging it on his like back sort of. Hold on, let me look at the image. Could it be? There's an image of Rob and Don's hair side by side. Okay. And we also like, how would Mickey fare without scissors because he's a janitor, meaning he doesn't have the training that Lily and G have.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't necessarily. He might not have the ability or training or certification to use a weapon, but he would definitely have the strength.
He's a janitor, so he probably has a mop. So
he is a janitor.
He has a different melee weapon, and with the strength, I feel like he could make the mop work against the crowbar.
Okay.
What is my life that we're arguing this?
Right. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think Trent's above Mickey, but I don't think it's that far.
We can put him above Mickey. I still disagree, but all right.
And then I think Xandra's top of C.
No.
But if you want to make an argument other than I like funny zebra, then you can.
Bottom of Z or S. Z for zebra.
Bottom of S.
Bottom of S. Because the funny like.
Wait, why?
Because it's the little funny DDD like tackle. It's funny. All right, yeah. How much do zebras weigh? You're being tackled by a whole zebra. We have to take that into consideration. Can you look up how much zebras tend to weigh?
Her trank is very bad against Candy. Rob has a real gun.
So does G. G also has a gun.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna Google how much a zebra weighs.
I think that Xandra would be so much higher if she did not have a tranquilizer gun. But we did consider
what kind of zebra is she?
Well, time to come up with lore on the spot.
There's plain zebra, there's mountain zebra, there's Grevy zebra.
1 second, let me look up images.
We have to know what kind of zebra she is to determine if she could fight Candy.
She's a plain zebra. I just looked up images.
A plain zebra.
That's my like a plains zebra. That's like my give me 2 seconds, I'll come up with lore answer.
Okay. She's bottom of A tier. At least. She weighs 880 pounds. She can tackle so quickly with 880 pounds. I feel like that's gotta count for something.
Right. Let's see what chat thinks about this then, because we definitely have way more polarizing opinions on Xandra.
I think that would smash like all Candy. I feel like.
Duff says above Bartholomew because she has the pounce ability. Dodge their guns and step on the Candy. Xandra is human height. If she was 880 pounds, she would be morbidly obese.
Yeah, Ice, it's cool. Update the sprite. Make her morbidly obese. It has to be accurate. No, I'm going to say it's zebra weight. Because I'm fighting for this.
Dang. I want Xandra higher.
Please. At lowest, I would say right below Rob. Because Rob does have a gun.
Why S tier?
What do you think to that?
I think that. Whew, okay. I think Xandra, if she had a different weapon, would be below Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Xandra, with her current weapon, is like on par with Rob, somewhere around there.
We'll say above Rob. I'd say like right below Rob.
Hey, we'll put Xandra above Rob.
No. I think right below Rob is fair.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Because, yeah, a bar of chocolate would get crushed by a zebra, and also zebras eat cabbage. That's my reasoning. Alright, anyway, the bosses.
The bosses. Okay, so I mean, there's proof that all these bosses can kill all the characters. There's proof that all characters can kill all the bosses. So
right.
it's more so like just, you know, what they have going for them.
I think that the mole should be S tier because I have so much trouble with him.
The mole should be S tier because you have trouble with him.
Camera says put Xandra above Rob so it looks like they're shooting at each other, and I agree with that.
Yeah, you can do that.
The only two bosses that I fought are the rat and the camel. So those are the only two that I really have a say on.
So the general consensus is that the most hellish boss in the game is Sawbuck.
The mole. Oh.
No. Sawbuck, the chili top, like, what's his face? Beaver.
Okay.
Because the Sawbuck, the beaver, has curving bullets, and very many people are scared of the curving bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the camera says the beaver is the most annoying in my opinion. I am afraid of Sawbuck. He also just straight up has a chainsaw, which, if we want to go by Mickey logic, can lug even though it is seemingly larger than himself.
Fair. Very fair.
It's probably not as big as the scissors, but a chainsaw I think would be deadlier than scissors. Sawbuck's weakness are campfires, yeah.
So everything I'm hearing and seeing sounds like bottom of A.
I think that's right. Okay. I think Sawbuck being bottom of A is very fair.
The camel isn't too hard. It's kind of just fast.
Mm-hmm. The camel also can spawn an infinite number of vultures, but he has to stand still in order to do so.
Which is when he would get shot by all of the CIA crew.
Yes.
And all the Vast Forecast guys. So
he's got armor as well. He's got some armor.
He does have armor. I feel like I might put right below Sawbuck.
Yeah,
like
I think that Camelot is the second most powerful mini boss, but we also haven't considered Frightwatch being a literal ghost.
You know what? That is, but he can take physical damage from guns and stuff.
Bullets can hit the ghost. That is true. Every single gun in Vast Forecast can hit Frightwatch.
So I feel like the entire benefits of being a ghost are undone there.
Four of them. There are 4 of them.
True. So they're better than the transfusion guys because there's more. We know that much.
Yeah.
Ice It's Cool says he's the weakest.
He completely relies on his prisoners. I think that since they can take physical attacks, so the ghost aspect doesn't really buff them that much.
Yeah.
I think that the number of them that there are is their only advantage, so I would say top of C.
I would agree with that, yeah. And then Pyrodon is S. Bottom of S.
I don't think Pyrodon
easily.
S, I'm sorry.
All right, where do you think is reasonable?
where I'm standing right now is Pyrodon is just over the Frightwatch. I think top of C above Frightwatch.
I think Bartholomew's a little slow in his old age. I think with how quickly he digs holes, I don't think his reflexes could honestly handle that.
That's actually a good point. I'm looking at all of B and seeing if all of B would be able to take on Pyrodon, and I think I think that Rob and Xander definitely could experience and just, they've proven to be able to consistently. But Russell and Bartholomew, maybe not. So I think you put Pyrodent between Rob and Russell.
I would agree. All right. So before we decide who all could survive getting sucked into a black hole, I think we go through and just double check our work so far.
Right. So I think you can do a little bit of evening here. So you could put Y at bottom of S so that
S
isn't
leaves
only
us
3.
alone. Oh.
Yeah, that too. I really don't. I really can't see pink pencil being anything other than D, but you might need to put pink pencil in C just to even that out.
I refuse. I don't.
Chat's saying they don't get why Dawn is so powerful.
Because Dawn is clearly some sort of demigod, is the thing.
What?
I feel like Dawn is some sort of demigod. Or something.
I think the only thing Dawn has over the dog there's 2 things. Dawn can throw out the dog, so he's a hard counter. And Dawn can move.
You know,
every single character in C and B can move.
I have something that we
I think
didn't consider about him though.
Yeah.
He has to lift all of those people, including his adult wife. He can lift them and throw them off. He does. So he has some strength. We need to figure out how much the wife weighs.
I can actually do that right now.
Perfect.
Another thing to consider is that his strength is capped because there's an item in a heightened plight called the anvil, and the anvil requires all 4 family members to lift it at once to throw it off of the balloon. Okay. If you don't have all 4 family members, you cannot make the anvil leave the balloon. Which does, at the very least, give the rest of the family members a little bit of strength. But so I'm gonna pull up Google Drive and figure out how much each of the characters weigh.
Right now, I'm thinking we move him below Camelot, because I don't think he could throw a camel, but I think he could throw anyone else in the bottom tier, or in the tier below that.
I think it's easy to put Dawn at C because of how little offense he has.
He can throw,
but yeah, that's also fair.
And we are assuming guns can't harm him. We don't know.
I don't think we can assume that guns can't harm a
You're right.
Being.
You're right. It's confirmed. They can't harm him.
Oh my god. Okay, so I pulled up my design document for Heightened Plight.
Okay.
Dawn is 175 pounds.
Okay.
Nora is 150 pounds.
Okay, he can. Okay.
So at the very minimum, his highest weight is 150, but that's not like, a full above the shoulders. That's just enough to go off of a hot air balloon. So theoretically, that couldn't even be a lift. That could maybe just be a push. We don't know. Anthony is 125 pounds. Anne is 100 pounds. It's hilarious that a little girl that I designed weighs more than I do, but the dog is 75 pounds and the anvil is 200. So that puts us at a hard limit.
Between 150 200. Okay.
Yeah. It's between 150 and 200, assuming he does lift Nora. If he doesn't lift Nora, aka like pushes Nora, then it's not up there yet. Hot take: Dawn is above blue ballpoint. I think that's a good place to put Dawn.
I was thinking below Pyrodent. I think he could throw Bartholomew off a cliff. Could he throw a ghost,
yeah.
though?
I don't know.
I think maybe
But the ghost can fly.
I think we move the ghost right below Pyrodon, honestly. And move the other two into the C tier.
Is that because of flight, or...
It just flight and numbers, and I don't think those two are insanely powerful as is.
So you're saying Russell and Bartholomew top of C.
Yeah. And move the ghosts
and then
up to bottom of
the ghost
B.
Bottom of B.
And then maybe, like, Dawn below the ghosts.
Yeah, so... And also... We're putting Mickey as high as he is because of his lifting power, so we can't put Dawn as high as he is for his lifting power, because it's way less than Mickey's.
It's also his... He doesn't need sustenance to survive.
Oh my god. Yeah, but Dog doesn't either, and we put him at C, so... I think he can be between Mickey and Dog.
Wait, what? Hang on, wait. We're moving Mickey down?
No. I think I'm just saying we should move Dawn down.
Oh,
like, below Mickey.
I thought you meant like Mickey and then Dog and then put... Okay, no, I get you. Yeah, I think
Yeah, like, okay. I do agree with Henry that we're overrating the food and water thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just think that's an important element of, like, the deeper backstory to his character is the only thing.
Mm.
But I think...
So.
Okay, yeah.
From here, Russell and Bartholomew top of C, Fright Watch bottom of B, Dawn below blue ballpoint.
Below blue ball? You don't think he could throw the blue ballpoint?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, put Dawn above blue ballpoint, I guess.
I honestly think he could throw Bartholomew and Russell, though. I would put him top of C.
I think that the difference is that the blue ballpoint starts with a paintbrush.
Yeah.
While Bartholomew and Russell would probably be able to get their hands on weapons.
Do they regularly have weapons, though? Because we said Mickey wouldn't have scissors because that's not in his, like, typical tool set.
I think that Bartholomew is the type of person to have a weapon in his home, a weapon in his office, or, you know, somewhere near that. So just the, you know, CIA headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
But not a weapon typically, like, in his pocket unless he was doing something important, like going on a mission or whatever.
Okay. All right. I could agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
So the black hole.
The black hole. Yeah. Who would get destroyed by the black hole?
My current thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
My current thoughts. Both Astro and Red and Blue have literally been to space and have not died.
True.
So I think you put black hole in between, either under Wyatt or in between Red and Wyatt.
I'd put it above Wyatt, and just to even it out, we're gonna move Wyatt down to bottom of A.
Oh no! What have we done?
Perfect. It's complete. Let's see what chat says about this.
I think I can agree with this for the most part, yeah.
The Wyatt thing wasn't just making Ice That's Cool angry at me. I think there's a big enough gap in between,
just leveling it out a little bit.
In between a black hole and Wyatt, I feel like there is a drastic... Ice says invite me to call.
Ice says invite me to the call.
No, I think this is good. I think we are...
yeah.
I think it's good.
We've settled.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching this. How long was this?
Probably way too long.
Probably, but this was fun. Thank you for coming on and arguing about whether or not Don could throw a bar of chocolate off of a hot air balloon with me. All right.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
I'm going. It was like 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Jeez. There's a lot to discuss. Thank you all for somehow watching this much of it. Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna end the stream. Goodbye, everyone.
All right, see ya.